Hi chat. How's it going? We're live. We're gonna be doing a little work today, so. And also, it's day 22 of the month of Mitsuki. That's fun. Anyway. I'm a little under the weather today, chat, so hope you'll excuse me if I cough a bit. I have an essay to write. I'm gonna be reviewing some of the reading for it. It's due on Wednesday. So let's see what we can do. Hopefully it'll be good. For now though, before anything else gets in here, we're tossing in a big cool S. Why did I draw it like that? I never start with the triangles. You know what, we got the triangles in. Look at that. It looks a little fucked up because I did the triangles first, but look at that. We're tossing that there. Anyway. Let's see. So. Thank you for lending me a Ferrari last night. Anytime, of course. I'm notably a haver of Ferraris. Okay, so I need to do all the reading here, which looks to be, Jesus fuck, this is a lot. This is 13, another 13, so 26, another 12, so 38, another 12, so 50, and another 29, so 79 pages for just one of the articles I have to read. And then another 8 pages, so that's 8, that's a lot. And then another 12, 11 pages, another 13 pages. And then some other article that doesn't have a page number on it, which scares me a little bit. Why am I... Never mind. But yeah. Let's see how this reading's gonna go. Also, I want to actually see what the work looks like for this. Okay, so let's see. Week 6 response papers. I'm tasked with doing the week 7 response papers, or one of them, and I want to see what these response papers actually look like. Oh, they're on fucking docx files. I don't want to have to open these shits. Actually, you know, there's one tryhard in the class that I'm going to look at his, because I know his is going to be crazy. Oh, it actually is just straight up a docx file. Okay. Okay. This doesn't look so bad. I'm looking at it, and it's just like, you make a quote, then you talk about it, and cite stuff about it. So if I rip, like... I could make this happen. This is doable. But first off, I have to actually read, and then decide what I want my paper to look like. Let me read the other one, too, like this other person's. This is not what I wanted. Oh, this one's like way worse, but... Okay, we're gonna make this work though. Let's see. So we toss in like a little quote. And then we talk about it. Oh my god, so yeah, I think the one I chose to read first is actually like a better example. Let me see the other ones. Maybe this one might be good. I like this guy. I'm literally just like reading the ones from last week, and I know the people in my class, so I know who did good. Okay, I like this format that he used for it. Okay, I can make this happen. So he pulls a quote from the readings, and then he talks about it. Do you know who did well? No, I do not. We're out of luck on that front. So thank you for resubbing. But I know like the people who do well in the class, generally speaking. But I don't know about the grades on this specific assignment. So like, I'm kind of using this as like a, we'll see. Also, I wonder if she's actually graded the papers we already wrote. I doubt it. But I do want to check one thing here. I mean, I'm getting sidetracked real quick, but I want to check the grades on something. It's graded, but completed. He didn't put a... He hasn't put a grade on the... Oh, wait, no, it's not. He hasn't put the Part B grade of the midterm on yet. I had another midterm I wanted to look at. So I need to wait on that. I can make that happen. That one's gonna be fine. Hello, Rain. How's it going? Yeah, we're yapping. I'm doing a paper... I have to do a paper on... It appears week 7's readings are about... the Taliban and Afghanistan. So, this is for my South Asian International Affairs class. I honestly didn't realize Afghanistan was considered South Asia. I thought it was Central. Or, Maybe it's not. Most of the readings about the Taliban, and I know the Taliban is like, I'm pretty sure they're active in Pakistan, so it might be. I'll read about it and find out, but like, for right now, like, I'm not so sure. '88, you locked in. You win these. Okay, chat. Let's do a little story time. Let's read the first page of this together. On a warm spring afternoon in the southern city of Kandahar, Afghan shopkeepers were pulling down their shutters in preparation for the weekend. Heavyset Pashtun tribesmen with long beards and black turbans tied around them. That Oshimarks was ungodly. That's so funny. Wait, with long beard. Where the fuck was I? I can't read chat. Long beards and black turbans tied tightly around their heads made their way through the narrow, dusty alleyways to the city's football stadium just beyond the main bazaar. Children, many of them orphaned and in rags, ran up and down the alleys, gesticulating and shouting with excitement at the thought of the spectacle they were about to witness. It was March 1997, and for 2.5 years, Kandahar had been the capital of the fierce Taliban Islamic warriors who had conquered 2/3 of Afghanistan and were now battling to conquer the rest of the country. Hello, Milk. How's it going? We're doing my reading right now, so you guys are getting a quick read along of the first page before I start like yapping. A handful of Taliban had fought the Soviet Red Army in the 1980s. More had fought the regime of President Najibullah. I'm assuming it's Najibullah, who had hung on to the power for 4 years after Soviet troops withdrew from Afghanistan in 1989. But the vast majority had never fought the communists and were young Quranic students, drawn from hundreds of madrasa Islamic theory schools. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the little quote, or the parentheses to tell me what the fuck that was. In this PvP battle? What PvP battle? You mean the Taliban soldiers? I don't think I'm gonna root for them, personally. There have been set up in Afghan refugee camps in Pakistan. Okay, so maybe the idea is that we're learning about what ongoing PvP battle. Okay, I understand now. We're learning about the Taliban because like the Afghan refugee crisis probably impacts South Asia a lot. I'm gonna Google that real quick. How many Afghan refugees in Pakistan? 3.5 million. Let's see India. I don't know if they're taking any, but let's see. Oh, 15,000. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is a Pakistan issue that we're reading about. For reference, chat, this is from my my International Relations of South Asia class. Like the Russians. I don't know how to break this to you, Milk. The Russians lost that war. The Russians did not win against the Afghans. That war is literally said to be the reason the Soviet Union fell apart. Let's see. Since their dramatic and sudden appearance at the end of 1994, the Taliban had brought relative peace and security to Kandahar and neighboring provinces. Warring tribal... First off, where the fuck is Kandahar? Wait, there's a map here. It's sideways though, chat. I'm looking up a better map. It's sideways. I can't read this. I don't even know where Afghanistan is. Oh, here it is. Oh, Kandahar's like the southern city. Okay. Because the only city I actually know where it is in Afghanistan is Kabul. So it's kind of hard in like the south. It's like close to Pakistan. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not flipping the screen. It's a PDF and all the writing's one way. I'd have to like do the whole thing around. It would be annoying. Warring tribal groups had been crushed in their leader's hand. The heavily armed population had been disarmed, and the roads were open to facilitate the lucrative smuggling between Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, and Central Asia, which had become the mainstay of the economy. Wow, that's awesome. The Taliban had drawn a majority Pashtun Really? I didn't realize the Taliban was like majority Pashto. Am I wrong, or are the Pashto people not the ones who were like? No, the Pashtuns are the ones in power, and the. Sorry, I'm entirely basing my knowledge of Afghanistan history on the one time I read The Kite Runner. Didn't like that book, by the way. Also, why the fuck is my tracking frozen? What's going on there? Come back. Be upside down to be inclusive to the Australian viewers. I see, I've thought about it, I have. However, the way I'm currently capturing my model, Asa Mitsuki, doesn't have legs. Like, unfortunately, chat, if we're to take a quick gander over here. There we go. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, Asa Mitsuki has no legs right now. Anyway, yeah, I read The Kite Runner one time, and that's all I know about Afghanistan, other than, like, more recent history of, like, the invasion, or, like, not the invasion, the withdrawal. The Pashtuns had ruled their country over 300 years. No, because the Pashtuns are the ones that are not in power in Pakistan, that's what it is. Because there's Pashtuns there as well. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the history here. I'm out of the loop. A few weeks earlier in Kandahar, the Taliban had lifted their long-standing ban on football. The UN hosted a football match. Oh, I think this actually is in the Kite Runner, this part where it's like, there's the public execution at the football match. Wait, oh, this author's telling it in like a first-person perspective right now. I don't really enjoy him doing that. Especially considering I need to read like 90 pages from this one. Imagine it was American football. That would be really funny. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. Right now, I'm taking two classes: the comparative politics of Southeast Asia, and the international relations of South Asia. And it's so interesting how much everyone in South Asia hates each other, and how much everyone in Southeast Asia kind of gets along, and they're right next to each other. chat I'm reading. Trust me, I'm like so locked in right now. Okay, now we're talking about a city called Herat. Where the fuck is Herat? Let me check the map. Checking the map. Okay, so it is in... I'm turning my head again, chat. It is in western Afghanistan. And Kabul's on the far east. So we're learning. We're becoming learned individuals, chat. Also, chat, I just got a notification on my Twitch that apparently there's a fucking... What's it called? Some kind of fucking promotion on Twitch where if you give a sub, if you get a paid sub, you fucking get 3 months of Duolingo Premium. And low-key, I'm considering going to get a sub to someone else who has that active on their channel so I can get 3 months of Duolingo Premium. Like, I'm considering it. Also, yeah, ignore the fact that I entirely locked out a minute to read the Twitch promotion. I'll give this up to someone later. Maybe when I raid. I'll raid to someone I, like, care about. That is to say that I don't raid. I raid into people I don't care about. Because, chat, I'm on like a 28-day German streak. We're locked in. Do it. Rocky's fast asleep right now. She's busy. She's locked in too on school. She was studying like half the day today. Wait, I've been reading the page but actually not absorbing any of the information. 1 second. I'm trying to see when they cut to, like, in this reading out of, like, this guy's first-person account of being in, like, Afghanistan to, like, actually just talking about the history from, like, a neutral perspective. Does he ever do that? No, he's kind of, like, intermixing it, and I don't like that kind of reading. Oh well, we'll deal with it. Pashtun tribal code. Okay, I see. So, like, the Taliban's version of law is, like... Okay, so they first off kill people just for anything. And second off, it's like a mixture of regular Sharia law and, like, Pashtun legal code, which is interesting. I didn't know that. I thought they were just, like, extremist and, like, Muslim, like, legal code. What the fuck? It's actually just a whole first person, like, telling of, like, a fucking execution. What is this shit? Not that I don't care, but I don't care. I want to read the history, not just, like, this. I was actually so sad when I got assigned like the Afghanistan readings as the essay I had to write, because it's like I don't want to do it on this one. Like last week's was interesting. It was the Kashmir conflict, and I wanted to write about that, but unfortunately I was assigned this week's reading. I ended up writing about the Kashmir conflict on the midterm anyway, so. Is there a pixel dead on my monitor? I see a bright red pixel for some reason. If I scroll and it's in the same spot, I'm gonna crash out. There's a dead pixel on my monitor. Fuck, that's awful. Is it on the monitor? Okay, it actually is a pixel on the monitor that's dead. For a second I thought there was just something stuck on my screen, but like physically attached to the screen. That was like, there's a single dead pixel, and now I can't stop looking at it because it's bright red. Oh, I hate that. This is a half decent monitor too. This pisses me off. Perhaps it's time to like lock in and like do stuff. Okay, so they kill the guy. Sure fear. Afghans accepted that's the Taliban's way of doing it. The next day in a village near Kabul, a woman was stoned to death. Determined to thrust despotic rule upon the... Okay, that makes sense. I read a random sentence in the middle and I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? They keep referring to them as the Pashtun Taliban. Is there like another Taliban I don't know about? The Taliban are the most secretive political movement in the world today. Okay. India, Iran, Turkey, India, Russia, and 4 of the 5 Central Asian republics, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan, have backed the anti-Taliban Northern Alliance with arms and money to try and halt the Taliban's advance. Wait, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. What the fuck, Turkmenistan? What are we doing? Why is Turkmenistan not against the Taliban? What are they doing? At the heart of the regional standoff is the battle for the vast oil and gas riches of the landlocked last untapped reserve of energy in the world today. Is there really? I didn't actually know that there was oil in Afghanistan. and natural gases. I just thought that they were fighting over the desert for no reason. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Like, I thought that there was nothing there and never has been anything there other than, like, opium production once upon a time. I don't know if they still do that. Equal important in the intensive competition between the regional states. And then it's talking about how Europe and Asia are both trying to like tap into the market for that gas. However, it's like they're fighting. They're beefing. I don't know if anyone cares. Chat, my major is so fake. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with this knowledge. Because this is not a region I personally care about. Since late 1995, Washington has strongly backed the U.S. company UNOCAL to build a gas pipeline from Turkmenistan to Pakistan across Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. The day after the execution, I heard at the mansion of Mullah Muhammad Hassan, the governor of Kandahar, to interview him. As I walked up the drive past the heavily armed Taliban guards, I froze. Why'd you freeze? Don't do that. The executive was Carlos Buglaroni, chairman of Brightus Corporation, an Argentinian oil company which since 1994 had been secretly negotiating with the Taliban and the Northern Alliance to build the same gas pipeline. Ah, did I freeze? No, I'm not frozen. What the fuck? It's a little frozen. Here, let me do this. Drag this out a bit. Because what's it called? My phone's in a weird spot, so it's not capturing right because I have my face pressed against my screen. You froze. Oh, that. Huh. That makes more sense. I forgot I was reading. I'm gonna be real. A bitter competition with Unicom, the court case filed in. Stealing the idea from that. For a year I had tried to discover what interesting Argentinian company unknown in this part of the world had invested in such a high risk place had kept this discreet silence. The last thing, Buglaroni, it's just... Of course an Argentinian man has the universe's most Italian name. Rain, it's going in one ear out the other. I'm waiting to get to the parts that actually matter for my reading. And I'm on page 6 of like 100 pages I have to read. I'm gonna read the rest of this off stream because I know I'm getting nothing done on stream. And off stream I'm gonna lock in and speed read it. But I'm gonna read like the first half. I'm gonna try to get through like 50 pages. Maybe. Let's see. Wait, let me see something. What do I have to read here? So I have to read the first 13 pages of this, then I skip like 4 pages, and I read the next 13 pages of it. Okay. International Affairs is a fake-ass major. It's just reading forever. It's reading and writing essays about what you read, which comes with a lot of learning how to be good at bullshitting after you write an essay on something you didn't read. Like tomorrow, I have to actually cram, because I have no classes tomorrow, but I have to cram for an exam I have on Wednesday that I have not done any of the readings for. So I'm going to do all the readings, read all the slides. I gotta go through everything. I'm gonna rewatch the lectures on 2x speed. Like, I've been hella locked out. The Taliban's harboring of international terrorists. The Taliban had Osama bin Laden? I forgot about that. Wait a minute. When was this written? Because he talks about Osama bin Laden, then he describes his most devastating act being the bombing of the US Embassy in Kenya. When was this written? Real quick. It doesn't say. Because I feel like he's done something a little worse. Like, what are we doing? Also, none of the dates have passed, like, 2000, so perhaps this was written in the year 2000. And little did he know, something far more devastating would happen. Chat, can you guys read while listening to music? I'm able to, kind of, but only if the music's not in English. Because at least I'm just listening to like the beat basically rather than the actual lyrics, so my brain doesn't get confused. Anyway, Magnetic by Illit is playing in my ears right now. I can't do it with English lyrics. Most of the time if I read, I have a playlist called Chill Ass Viber type shit, which is just lo-fi. For a few countries in the world that more to the geostrategically in the crossroads between Iran, the Arabian Sea, and India, even the territory. Okay. I'm still convinced that there's absolutely nothing in Afghanistan of worth going. Like, we're fighting over sand. That's absurd. Like, I typically have like 22k minutes or something like that. Like, I never have crazy numbers. Compass. Hazaras and Tajiks. There's Tajiks there? I listen to music sometimes, but also I just forget sometimes, and my brain turns off. Also, sometimes I just be listening to music on YouTube, I can't lie. Like, if I don't know what to listen to, I'll let YouTube just run its shit. I used to be big on podcasts, too, but then I kind of stopped because I stopped caring about what people had to say. Much of this region is just called Registan, or the desert, by local Afghans. I'm not wrong. They're referring to the entire eastern half of Afghanistan as the desert. Like, what are we doing? I hate this. What the fuck did you just say to me? No. You can't just say that shit. You know, first off, we're putting on my chill-ass Viber type shit playlist. On shuffle, what the fuck? How is my Spotify not shuffling? I would play it for you guys, but I'm pretty sure it's all copyrighted. Actually, you know what I can do for you? Here, watch this. I know what's not copyrighted because I have the rights. I own the rights to it. Because I paid $2 for it. Another lo-fi. I actually don't want this one on. Okay. Here, let me put this on for you guys now. Okay, add source, application audio capture. Create new. Or add existing, this one. We're going to turn this off. We're going to turn this on. Make sure this is right. Advanced audio properties. Okay, can you guys hear this? I think I can... I think it's being heard. I hope so. Wait. Perhaps not. Let me fix. Wait, why not? Advanced audio properties. Let me turn this on here. Please tell me it's being heard. Let me check. Wait, real quick. Yes, it is. Okay, we're good to go. Being heard on YouTube side. I don't know about Twitch. Twitch is being weird right now, though. I'm not gonna question it. Anyway, yeah, they're not even talking about, like, getting the resources from Afghanistan. They're talking about, like, building a pipeline through it just to connect other shit. Like, it feels, like, so depressing. Only about 10% of Afghan's terrain is cultivatable. Or cultivable. I didn't know that was a word. And most farms, some hanging from mountain slopes, demand extraordinary amounts of labor to keep them productive. Until the 1970s, nomadism, the grazing of goats and the fat-tailed Afghan sheep, was a major source of livelihood, and the Kochi nomads traveled thousands of miles every year in Pakistan, Iran, and Afghanistan in search of good pasture. First off, what is a... I know this is entirely unimportant, but I want to know what a fat-tailed Afghan sheep looks like. Damn! They got a fat tail. Quite the interesting creature I've just discovered. Anyway, chat, by the way, after the month of Mitsuki's over, I plan on, like, doing whatever goals we've reached on separate streams. Like, I'll set up the poll soon for the, since the month of Mitsuki's almost over, I'll set up the poll soon for the community games. I'll do the art stream sometime. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's see. Yesterday's Afghan today's traders and truck drivers are crucial with the... Okay. Roads and routes have been the center of Afghanistan since the dawn of history. The landlocked territory was the crossroads of Asia and the meeting place and battleground for two great waves of civilization. The most urbane Persian empires to the west and the Turk nomadic empires to the north and in Central Asia. As a result, Afghanistan is an immensely rich in archaeological remains. Fried egg with crispy edges and salt goes so well with spicy noodles. That does sound yummy. For these two ancient civilizations which ebbed in greatness and conquest according to the momentum of history, control over Afghanistan was vital for their survival and at other times served as a buffer keeping the two empires apart. This is the land where the first ancient religions of Zoroastrianism, Manichaeism, and Buddhism. What is Buddhism doing in my Afghanistan? The Balkh, the ruins of which are still visible from Mazar-e-Sharif, is according to UNESCO one of the oldest cities in the world. And it was a thriving center of Buddhist, Persian, and Turkic arts and architecture. Interesting. But what does this have to do with now? There's the Timurid Empire. They're going through like every empire that's ever been here. They started with the Persians, then the Macedonians, then whoever the fuck else wanted to show up. The Persians again. The Mongols. The Timurids. The Persians again. Then they're talking about something about the Afghans getting control back and then taking over India for fun. Oh, now they're talking about the formation of the Mughal Empire. I don't care. Okay, so now someone how the Pashtuns came to power as every other tribe and empire that had ever invaded happened to be declining at the exact same time. I'm pretty sure it said that like Afghanistan's so easy to conquer because it's just a fucking desert. So, and it's like mostly flat other than like the mountain ranges that separate certain regions. So like they kind of just like sweep through, which is why so many empires have traded hands with it. I remember reading that somewhere. I'm probably not going to take any quotes from this reading because it's just not what I want. But I'm also still on the first. I'm about to move to the next section of it, so I'm about to read page 13. Something about the Durrani Kings. I don't know who. What the fuck is Durrani? Okay, so the Durranis were like a dynasty of that took over a lot of like India, but then fell after getting obliterated by the British and the Russians. And then someone else rose to power to stop the Russians. So they didn't like fully fall since like Afghanistan never got captured by the British and the Russians. It was just kind of like in between them and had to deal with them blowing up each other. Uzbeks. Why is just everyone here? Actually, I guess at this time, Uzbekistan was probably under Russian control still. I'd love to visit some of the Central Asian countries sometime in my life. I'm sure there's not that much there. Like, I'm sure that there's some cool stuff to see, but every time I see videos of it, it's literally just guys, like, riding horses through the wilderness, and I'm like, that's kind of cool, but I don't want to ride a horse. Even though I think one of my friends texted me like maybe a month ago, and he was just like, do you want to go to Tajikistan in 2035? And I was like, sure. I just said yes, because I'm like, in 2035 I might be dead, so who knows. Sardar Mohammed Daoud. I remember this guy. Yeah, because Daoud became the president, so it was actually like a really nice time for Afghanistan. Flight to back. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, we know about him from my other readings. Salute Daoud. These leaders, Gulbuddin Hikmatyar, Burhanuddin Rabbani, and Ahmad Shah Massoud were later to lead the Mujahideen. Okay. Or the Mujahideen. I always fuck that up. I always say Mujahideen instead of Mujahideen. From 56 to 78, the Soviet Union gave a total of $1.26 billion in economic aid and $1.25 billion in military aid to Afghanistan, and the Soviet welded the country into the sphere of influence at the height of the Cold War. During the same period, the U.S. gave Afghanistan $533 million in total aid, much of it... Huh, that's interesting. Five years later, in April, Marx sympathized and trained overthrew him in a bloody military coup. Daoud and his family were all massacred, but the communists were bitterly divided into two factions. Khalq and the masses versus the flag. And their lack of understanding of Afghanistan's complex tribal society led to widespread rural revolts against them, as mullahs and khans declared jihad or holy war against the infidel communists. His ruling elite were themselves trapped in internecine. We're making up words. Chat, I feel like I'm a well-read individual and I know words, but they're making up some new ones in here. Nur Muhammad Taraki was murdered. They introduced a new character just to kill him instantly. Parcham leader Barak Karmal as president. Okay, he's alive. Have been catapulted into the center of the intensified Cold War between the Soviet Union and the USA. The Afghan Mujahideen were to become the US-backed anti-Soviet shock trooper for the Afghan-Soviet invasion. It was yet another attempt. Oh my god. Mujahideen became the Taliban. Okay, now we skip over to page... Oh, that's nice. It actually does it for us. Like, the PDF doesn't include pages 14, 15, 16, because we're not supposed to read those pages and go straight to 17. Even though I would like it to include the whole thing, so I could, you know, read those pages if I wanted to. I don't want to, but... Taliban governor, Mullah Muhammad Hassan, his halo in front of him with this one good leg. Wooden peg? He had a peg leg? I'm gonna look this guy up. I wanna see if there's a picture of him. Mullah Muhammad. Is it Mohammed? Hassan. I wanna find this guy. Is he dead? This is the wrong guy. I think this is like the current guy. I think there's an older guy. I'm just gonna add leg to my search. I'm being taken to the EU sanction tracker. Okay, so this guy's like got something going on, but I can't find a picture of him. But they did say cameras were outlawed, so maybe there's literally never been a picture taken of the man. Despite the availability of new artificial limbs. Oh, wait, he's hard as fuck. He said he preferred the peg leg over an actual prosthetic. Mullah Omar lost his eye. The Justice Minister and the former Foreign Minister are also one-eyed. I want to look up Mullah Omar, because he seems important. Oh, he actually is one-eyed. Very interesting. The mayor of Kabul, Abdul Majid, has one leg and 2 fingers missing. The most disabled leadership in the world. This is so interesting. The Taliban's wounds are a constant reminder of 20 years of war, which has killed over 1.5 million people and devastated the country. The Soviet Union poured some $5 billion a year into Afghanistan to subdue the Mujahideen, for a total of $45 billion, and they still lost. And the Mujahideen only got $10 billion over that same amount of time. What was Russia doing? The Durrani Pashtuns who inhabited the south. Far less aid through the CIA and Western Pipeline, which armed. Wait, there's a bunch of different types of Pashtuns. I didn't know that. Pakistani Inter-Service Intelligence. Treated Kandahar as a backwater. It's just everyone, like all the people actually bordering them fucking hate them, and everyone else is just pouring money into them to keep them alive. Also, chat, are we fucking with the music? I think it's a vibe. It's the new album from like the artist I have the rights to. It's from the same artist that I normally use for the BGM, but like more stuff now. Where am I reading to here? 30? Yeah, 30. And then I skipped to page 128. Okay. This is interesting history. Now we're actually in stuff I care about. So I'm like interested again. Okay, so there's 7 political parties and they're all like doing their own thing. And by that I mean they're fighting to the death to see who gets to rule. Restrictions, the Pashtun Mujahideen. The Pashtuns, the war for grabs. The Ulema Valley. What the fuck's the Ulema? I don't know. Islamicists. Chat, tomorrow's gonna be another working stream. I can already feel it. As I'm gonna write this shit. Because tomorrow, like morning, I have to lock in. But I'm going to finish my readings for this today. Tomorrow morning I have to do the readings for another class. And then tomorrow afternoon I'm going to write... Wait, no, I can't do that. Tomorrow afternoon... Wait a second. Tomorrow afternoon I can write this paper. I'm good. I forgot how time worked for a second. I forgot I have, like, all of tomorrow. Okay, I keep forgetting today's Monday and not Tuesday. Bronze Age village settled Indus River Valley civilization. That's sick as fuck. There's just an ancient ass village. Kandahar, same across the region, rests on its fruit orchards. Kandahar is an oasis town set in the desert, and the summer heat is devastating, but around the city are lush green fields and shady orchards producing grapes, melons, mulberries, figs, peaches, pomegranates, which were famous throughout India and Iran. Kandahar's pomegranates decorated Persian manuscripts written 1,000 years ago and were served at the table of the British Governor General of India in Delhi during the last century. Chat, I get it. Pomegranates are good as fuck. They're not a fruit that everyone eats, but whenever, and I don't eat them often, but when I get my hands on a pomegranate, I'm like, delicious. Like, I don't know what it is about them, and I think it's maybe the mixture of textures I like. Because I get to pop the little thing and then I eat the seed. I'm like, yummy. But they're also really fucking messy, but you can eat them with a spoon. And there's not many fruits that you can be like, look, I got a spoon and I'm using it as a bowl. And I know some people spit out the seeds, but that's weakness. You gotta swallow them whole. You chew on the little fruits to get the juice, and then you swallow the seeds whole. That's the way to eat them. Oh no. The orchards got destroyed. And they had to grow opium poppies instead when they came back. It's so fucked up. Oh shit. I'm so not ready to do this paper because I have on Wednesday when I go to class, I actually have to present the paper as well, like along with everyone else who had to write papers for that week. And I just don't want to do that because I got to stand up there with my laptop and be like, "Uh-huh, yes, I know what I'm talking about. Look at me go. I know what I'm saying." And I have no clue what's going on. Like last week I hit a 10 win streak on Showdown in class and I was like, "Damn, I'm good." But you know what? It's fine, because after that, I'm done. Like, the week's over for me, because it's fall break or something. I don't know what break it is, honestly. I think it's fall break. We get Thursday, Friday off, so I got a 4-day weekend, which is nice. I think it was Monday off, too, because that would mean I would have, like, a 6-day weekend, because I don't have classes on Tuesdays. Did I skip something? I think I might have. Oh, I was reading here. Followed a long struggle against the regime of President Najibullah until he was overthrown in 92 and the Mujahideen captured Kabul. Much of Afghanistan's subsequent civil war was determined by the fact that Kabul fell. But to the better organized and more united Tajik forces of Burhan Rabbani and the military commander Ahmad Shah Massoud and to the Uzbek forces in the north under General Rashid Dostum. Oh, so it was like awful because the Pashtuns owned the capital forever. But then they don't anymore. This is a state of disintegration just before the Taliban emerged at the end of '94. It's actually so wild. Who the fuck is Ismail Khan? We've just created a new character. They're not going to tell me who he is either. They've just introduced a character and moved on. Oh. You know, I'm really looking forward to, like, because you have to write 2 papers on 2 different weeks, and the next week I have to do is for week 10, so this is week 7, so, like, 3 weeks from now I have to write another paper, and I'm pretty sure the topic for week 10 is nuclear, like, the nuclear, like, conflicts between Pakistan and India, which I'm interested in, because, like, who doesn't love a good mutually assured destruction? You know what I mean? Like, I'm stuck writing papers on, like, incredibly obscure things. I gotta do something crazy in my other class now that the midterm's done, but I don't have that class for, like, another week, because I have off Thursday and that class meets on Thursdays. I gotta read the syllabus again for that one. What the fuck? We're just doing shit. They're just doing war crimes right now. We're reading about war crimes. Oh, we're back to this guy telling his own stories. Like, yep, I traveled around. Mohammed Rabbani, no relation to President Rabbani. Because we were all originally from Orozgan province. It fought, said Mullah Hassan. I moved back and forth from. Huh. I'm lost again. Mullah Muhammad Ghaus, the one-eyed foreign minister of the Taliban, had said much the same. I'm so lost on this. There's so many groups and people, and they all have this. They all have very similar titles or very similar names. Like, I know it's a Islamic extremist faction, but they don't have to all be named Muhammad. And I think Mullah is a title, but like, yeah, Mullah. They're Mullahs. Mullahs Omar Ghaus and Mullah Muhammad Rabbani. Okay, so yeah. What the fuck is a mullah? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. It might be mullah. Okay, so it's just a educated Muslim. Like, specifically educated in theology, like they're theologians. And they're religious scholars. Okay. Also, why did the word mullah change once there? Wait, I need a pronunciation thing. Mullah. No, it's mullah. The most vibrant native pronunciation is Persian, Urdu, or close to mullah or mullah. Okay, so it is mullah. Like the native pronunciation is mullah. I don't know. I like pronouncing things like the correct way. I know the English word is just mullah, but like mullah is like the way they would say it. It's like how I've been saying Afghanistan this whole time instead of Afghanistan. Or like, whenever time Pakistan comes up, I say Pakistan instead of Pakistan. I think I've mentioned this before, but I used to do like Model UN in high school, and like for that I would get like shouted at if I didn't pronounce the countries right. So like it was all Qatar and not Qatar for me, all Pakistan and not Pakistan, all Bangladesh and not Bangladesh. I'm trying to think of other ones. Turkey and not Turkey. There's probably other ones I'm forgetting. For peace and obligation for Sharia law and defend the integrity of Islamic character of Afghanistan. Most of them were part-time or full-time students. A talib is an Islamic student and one who seeks knowledge compared to a mullah one who gives knowledge. By choosing the name as Taliban, plural of talib. That was from the party politics of the Mujahideen and signal that they are more moving for cleansing society rather than a party trying to gain power. Interesting. So it's like they're trying to teach, or it's a party of knowledge seekers, not knowledge givers. So even though they are all mullahs at the top, it's the party itself is for knowledge seekers. So there's obviously mullahs in it to give knowledge. But I guess, like, if they called themselves, like, a mullah party, it would be, like, they're knowledge givers. A party of knowledge givers is probably, like, less welcoming than a party of knowledge seekers. I like that. That's interesting. Speaking of, like, words, today I had to teach Aki the difference between sympathy and empathy. And apparently she just never heard the word sympathy before. And that was a very interesting thing to see. They knew their own countries. Madrasas, they learned that the ideal for the Prophet Muhammad 1400 years ago. So they wanted to emulate. Some Taliban say Omar was chosen as their leader not for his political or military ability, but for his piety and his unwavering belief in Islam. Others say he was chosen by God. We selected Mullah Omar to lead this movement. He was the first amongst equals, and we gave him the power to lead us, and he had given us the power and authority to deal with people's problems, said Mullah Hassan. Omar himself gave a simple explanation to Pakistani journalist Rahimullah. I've seen this last name before, and I've never been able to pronounce it. I think it's Yusufzai? Yusufzai? I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and try though. We took up arms to achieve the aims of the Afghan Jihad and save our people from the further suffering at the hands of the so-called Mujahideen. We had complete faith in God Almighty. We never forgot that. He can bless us victory and plunge us into defeat, said Omar. Okay. So literally he got picked because he's really good at believing in God, or Allah. No leader in the world today is surrounded by as much secrecy and mystery as Mullah Muhammad Omar. Age 39, he has never been photographed. Is there a picture of him now? Mullah Muhammad Omar? There is a picture of him. Oh yeah, he's the one-eyed guy. In exile. What's he up to? Is he dead? Yeah, he died in 2013. It's disputed when. Concept of tuberculosis. You owned the Taliban. What are we doing? Yeah, no, this is very outdated because they say Omar lives in Kandahar, and not that he's fucking dead. He visited Kabul twice in his... Omar was born sometime around 59. Like, they don't know. There's the Hotak tribe, the Jilzai branch. I doubt it's Jilzai. It's probably like Hilzai. No, Hil is definitely more Spanish sounding. What the I don't know. I don't know the way words sound in this language. I can't lie to you. Wise had captured Isfahan in Iran in 1721 and established the first Gilzai Afghan Empire in Iran, only to be quickly replaced by Ahmad Shah Durrani. This guy again. Why am I getting so tired? Oh my god, chat. Actually, I know why I'm getting tired. I slept awfully last night because I couldn't sleep because I accidentally took a nap. Wait, I was gonna stream doing work yesterday, but I took a nap accidentally, and I woke up at like 9:30, and I was like, it's over. So I went to bed at like 4 a.m. after that because I couldn't sleep until then. And then I woke up at 7, and I was like, yep, this is good. This is what I wanted in life. And then I slept again. After waking up at 7, I slept again till like 9-ish, and then I was up. So it was like 5 hours of sleep, but it was broken up and not very good. So I was very upset about it. I was so mad. I woke up at 7 because of my roommate's alarm. I was like fucking shouting at him, like, turn your shit off. Because he didn't wake up from it. It was going off for like 10 minutes. To be fair, I also set alarms for around that time, like the day earlier, like before I realized I wasn't going to sleep till 4 a.m. And none of my alarms woke me up, but also apparently I had snoozed them in my sleep. Because none of them were going off when I woke up. Sindisar, let me see. Job, he went to Sindisar village, then we went. Village, he in the village Milan opened a small madrasa. His own studies in madrasas in Kandahar were interrupted twice, first by the Soviet invasion, then again by the creation of the Taliban. So they're giving us like the history of like what happened to Omar, but I could just read his wiki if I wanted this. Omar has 3 lives. Well, his first and third wives are from Uragzgan. His teenage second wife, Gulgiana, whom he married in 1995, is from Singasar. A total of 5 kids who are studying in his madrasa. A tall, well-built man in a black suit. Omar has a dry sense of humor and a sarcastic wit. He's extremely shy of outsiders, particularly foreigners, but he's accessible to the Taliban. He's just a simple man. Maybe he committed war crimes later, but right now he seems like a stand-up guy other than marrying a teenage girl. And having... You know what, I should think about what I've already read before saying things. He now visits his village, and frequently, when he does, he's always accompanied by dozens of bodyguards in a convoy of deluxe Japanese jeepsters with darkened windows. He has little charismatic appeal. All day he conducts business from a small office in the mansion. At first he used to sit on the cement floor alongside visiting Taliban. Now he sits on a bed while others sit on the floor. A move that emphasizes his status as a leader. He had several secretaries who'd take notes of his conversations with commanders, ordinary soldiers, ulema, and plaintiffs. And there's always the crackle of wireless sets as commanders around the country communicate with him. Okay, so he does all his work from his little mansion in the middle of nowhere in Kandahar. Like, he doesn't even have, even though he's like their leader, he doesn't have to go to Kabul because he doesn't want to because his family's nearby Kandahar. So he's doing his best. I don't know why he doesn't move his family into Kandahar with him, but... Besides Omar and a tin... There's a tin trunk from which he out watts of Afghani notes to commanders and plaintiffs in need. The tin trunks! So... Mullah Omar is the treasury of the Taliban, but he literally just sits next to 2 tins of money. Like 2 trunks of money, and he hands it out as he sees fit, with like not questioning anyone. That's so funny. So he's a cool guy named Wakil who does everything for him. Singing on neighbors came to tell him that a commander abducted 2 teenage girls. Their heads had been shaved and they had taken them. Oh. Some 30 Talibs who had only 16 rifles and attacked the base, freeing the girls and hanging the commander from the barrel of it. Wait, this guy's kind of sick. He did something good just then. I'm trying to figure out when he gets evil, or if he gets evil. Like, am I hyping up a guy who's actually done horrific atrocities? Like, should I stop hyping him up? Like, I don't know. I need to look up what ulema means, because the word keeps coming up. Those who are learned. Okay, so this one's just like a educated person, but a mullah is specifically an educated person in theology and like religious law. That's interesting. Central Asian republics, CAR. The Central African Republic is literally called CAR. Why are we using the same thing? I know it would obviously not mean that in this instance, but come on. Oh my god, a character I know. We're moving up to something we know about. About to talk about Benazir Bhutto, who's was the prime minister of the first female prime minister, I believe, of Pakistan. Maybe the last, so I don't remember if they've had another one since her. I think she might have been assassinated as well. I remember laughing on the notes for this on the slides in the class. The lecture kept referring to Benazir Bhutto as BB, and I was like, why are we doing this? This was the prime minister of a nation. We should be giving her a little more credit than BB. But I know it was like because they couldn't refer to her as Benazir because it's her first name, so it's like that's like improper, and they couldn't refer to her as Bhutto because there was another Prime Minister Bhutto in Pakistani history. My chair is so noisy right now. Peshawar to Kabul. Question, I don't care really. Pakistanis going to negotiate the Kandahar warlords and Ismail Khan and Herat to allow traffic through to Turkmenistan on Babar took part of 6 Western ambassadors to Kandahar and Herat without it. This is interesting. So now Pakistan wants in on the railway projects. Or like the road projects. Like they want to get in on it. After, I imagine. I don't know how that went with Argentina and the US projects there. I don't know if either of them ever succeeded. Okay, so the Pakistani rupee is being brought into Mullah Omar as well. So Omar is just sitting on lots of money now. So I guess that's why he remained in power until he died. Or with some power until he died. Raw cotton was being procured for $5,000. Baluchistan. Okay, so the Taliban's like growing stronger. It's getting like people from all over the place because they're hearing about how cool it is. You know, relatively and historically. Taliban immediately entered the strictest interpretation of Sharia law ever. In the Muslim world, they closed down girls' schools and banned women from working outside the home, smashed TV sets, forbade all sports and recreational activities, and ordered all males to grow long beards. Oh my god. Shit got real. Told Afghanistan traffic. Disarming the population of the Taliban marched north to Kabul. Warlords either fled, waving white flags, surrendered to the army of students were on the march across Afghanistan. That's so absurd. Okay, so now he's evil. Mullah Omar just got evil. Like once he got some power. Now we read pages 128 to 140. Gullible child, the Arab, Afghans, and Osama bin Laden. Okay, so we're talking about Osama. There's no way there was not a more accurate reading on this that includes, like, the other stuff bro got up to. Like, am I just meant to assume that bro did not get up to anything else? Like, no further actions were had? Like, I don't like that, like, idea. Okay. Sorry, I was reading something else really quick. Okay, so now they're talking about shit that I don't... Filipino? Why are there Filipinos here? What? Wait, I took around the border point against the Khyber Pass between Afghanistan and China. Single chain barrier separates sides at the shop. Wait, I'm actually reading this now to learn about why there's Filipinos in Afghanistan. I gotta Google what the fuck a Filipino Moro is. Filipino Moros are Muslims in the Philippines? Oh, it's literally the word for Moors. Okay. How did they get here? Where do you speak an Afghan name? Oh my god. So some random Afghan guy just lived in Mindanao and like convinced them to come help. I call it blue-eyed Central Asians, Chinese. Filipino Moros, Uzbeks from Soviet Central Asia, Arabs from Algeria, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait, and Uyghurs from Xinjiang in China. There were Filipinos in the Taliban. No one's ever told me about this lore. I didn't even know there were Muslim Filipinos, I can't lie to you. Wait, what was this guy's name? Zia al-Butha or something? No, I clicked a button I shouldn't have. Muhammad Zia-ul-Haq. Forgot this guy looked odd. I think he just had a crazy ass mustache and a lazy eye. I keep getting distracted by random little silly things they don't talk enough about. It's more about the Mujahideen and how they got evil. That's so interesting, actually. So the U.S. is what did it. The U.S. is the one that went out and found radical Muslim groups from around the world to go to Afghanistan to help fight the Mujahideen. So wait, no, the Filipinos were in the Mujahideen, not in the Taliban. Wahhabism. Disgruntled radicals. Oh, that's so funny. Saudi Arabia just shipped off all their radicals to Pakistan to go fight. That's so funny. They just imported radical Muslim sects from around the world to go fight Russia. Some 35,000 people went. Wait, more than 100,000 went over time. The future Islamic radical. Oh, so they brought every type of Islamic radical to one place, and like new types of even more radical Islam were formed from this because they were combining all their like crazy things. Huh? World Trade Center, 1993. Oh yeah, it was bombed in 93. But like, that was like not even the craziest shit to ever happen over there. So yeah, they talk about how like they brought all these people together, but like now they're even more evil. What am I reading up to on this one? 140? Yeah. This is really interesting. I know it's an awful stream because I'm literally just reading from a fucking textbook, but I'm so intrigued right now. Also, wait, I'm not fucking with the current. Let me see something. Okay, we're good. See, I thought I wasn't gonna be interested in this, but once I started getting into like the actual like politics of it and not just like stories from the area, I took interest. Yeah, my chair is making noises again. Laden Prince to become firm friends and allies in the common cause. But where does Bin Laden come in here? See something? Oh, I see. So, among like the thousands of people brought in, like Bin Laden was one of the ones fighting with the Mujahideen, and like he happened to be rich and wealthy, so he was given a spot to like the command. What's confusing me is that like they brought people from all over the world. Not all of these people spoke the same language. Like I don't think they speak Arabic in. No, they speak fucking like Pashto in Afghanistan. And like a lot of these people were Pashto, like the main like Taliban formation. So like how the fuck are they talking to each other? Like they don't all speak Arabic to like for the well, maybe they do. I guess if they're like Islamic extremists, they might speak Arabic to read the Quran. He was born in 57, 50. What the fuck? Bin Laden had 56 siblings? Oh, okay, he had many wives. His dad had a bunch of wives. That makes a little more sense. Bin Laden was 6'5". Rochelle the Peshawar 1980. Wait, the fact that he's 6'5" is crazy, by the way. That's tall as fuck. The Jihad faction did not have good relations with the Arab Afghans during the first years of Jihad. In contrast, they had very good relations with the factions of Abdul Rasul, having with my faction entered Kabul in 1992. The Arab Afghans fought the ranks of English forces against us. To leave our country, Bin Laden does more harm than good. That's crazy. Okay, so Bin Laden threw a fit at the Saudi king Saudi Interior Minister, I see. And the Saudi royal family. Then he went to Sudan. So it seems like Bin Laden just wanted to do like what was right. I can't try to support Bin Laden. He wanted to do what was like good for Islam, like to a little bit of an extremist degree, but like no one was as extremist as him and like getting things done by Islam for Islam, and the Americans kept getting involved and fucking it up. So he got pissed, and then eventually blew up the World Trade Center, or like the Twin Towers. So this is interesting. So we're talking about how Bin Laden like moved back to Kandahar to like be under the protection of the Taliban. But I guess the Taliban agreed with him even though he didn't like the Mujahideen because time has passed. I guess the Taliban was against the Mujahideen, so it makes sense. I'm gonna finish this section of reading chat, then I'm gonna end the stream because my eyes are hurting from staring at this for too long straight because it's been 2 hours and it's a white screen. So I'm gonna take a little break after the stream. Oh, so that's why. So Bin Laden was just a fucking rich bastard, which is why he had why he could get so much support. So interesting. Like the U.S. is like casually like entering random countries they don't have jurisdiction in, just to like try to catch this one guy who's just spending money. Jalal. Let me see. 7 outsiders were killed in the strike. Wait, let me see. Waleed bin Malik. Targets the cancer turned militants for fighting Indian troops in Kashmir. Another reference. 7 outsiders. 3 Yemenis, 2 Egyptians, and one Saudi, and 1 Turkles. 7 Pakistanis, and 20 Afghans. 98, the U.S. offered a $5 million reward for Bin Laden's capture. It would be a sin for Muslims not to try to possess weapons that would prevent infidels from inflicting harm on Muslims. Hostility towards America is a religious duty, and we hope to be rewarded for it by God. So interesting. Oh, and that's the US went on to blame uh bin Laden for literally everything that's ever happened to the US. Monica Lewinsky, what are you doing in my reading about the Taliban? What is Monica Lewinsky doing here? It's so interesting, but I'm also falling asleep. I'm almost at the end of this reading, though. Che Guevara, we're just bringing people up. People just talking about how bin Laden actually wasn't all that cool. They're like, people who knew bin Laden were like, he wasn't that smart. He couldn't really speak all that well. Kind of a bitch. This is so funny. They're like, he wasn't even like charismatic. He didn't have bitches. Like, they're really just talking about how much the guy sucked. Just talking about how so many people were better informed, like, radical Muslims than him around the world. Like, all over the world, there were different radical Muslim sects that had more intellectual speakers than bin Laden. Bin Laden just happened to have a lot of money. This guy's crazy. Like, I know he's crazy. Like, I know what he did. But, like, this guy's crazy. Okay, so after 140, okay, we skipped a bit again, but I'm gonna read that later, because right now my eyes are starting to rot out of my skull. Ugh. Okay, I have finished the reading part I wish to do. I got through the 50 pages I said I would of the 90. So later I will do another hour and a half of reading and get through the rest of it, but for now, my brain hurts, chat. Forgive me, I will be ending stream here. So I hope you guys did enjoy. My mind hurts. That was such a long-ass reading session. And I don't even want any of the quotes from that for my writing. I didn't think anything was particularly interesting because it's just a telling of history rather than like a opinion piece, which I imagine will be better for like this Preble Cohen piece here called Michael Cohen. Here it says, America's mischance in Afghanistan, or Pakistan finds a new scapegoat. Like, there's a lot of things here that I could write about. Civilian Council Foreign Affairs, 20. Like, yeah, there's 3 articles here which I can take quotes from, and I haven't read them yet. We'll see, though. For now, we're ending here. Thank you guys for coming. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy. Bye-bye.